Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim and this is Ebon Sails Exalted, Season 1, Episode 31, The Roots of Fantasy. We shall begin as usual with introductions, beginning with our storyteller Kerr.
Hello everyone, I am Kerr, and I am our storyteller. I am the one who makes these happy fun times for us all. I hope everyone has fun, and I'm going to watch my hard-fought plans go up in flames, I bet.
Probably. Werny?
Yeah. Oh, was it my turn? I didn't hear. Had too much background noise.
Yes.
Hello, I'm Wernimal, and I play Sark, the Infernal Exalted. I mean, not Sark. God, I'm thinking about Crop, he's not here.
Yeah.
Wondering what was going on here.
Yeah, I'm playing as Ashford, and I guess since Sark's not here, also as Sark.
No, if Sark's not here, his character just T-poses.
Okay. He said I could like pull his character along if I wanted, but yeah.
Do you have his character sheet?
No.
Well, then you can't play as him.
Route. I mean Awu.
Oh,
Jaffer?
Jaffa says, "Hello, I'm Jaffa. I play Murder, the bird. My job is to make sure that at the end of the fight we're alive and the enemy isn't."
I am Zim, and I am playing as Nevis, King of Conquerors, the Lunar Exalted, and a Marten. And over to Toshime.
Hello, I am Toshime. I am playing Guaco Pelps, a Solar Exalt. And I am doing this. And
oh no.
there we go.
I know what Toshime is doing! No!
A magnanimous dispensation.
What are you guys doing?
Tokeme tipped $110 to preserve the past.
Toshime, thank you so very much for that tip and supporting the channel. It is hugely appreciated. The tip goal has been fully completed.
And you're welcome.
Toshime always has to make the flashy entrances. And I love it.
And last but not least, a new player to the campaign. Gary, go for it.
It's me. I'm Gary, owner of Gary Coin and Gary Coin subsidiaries. I
That's
play
all
the
well and-
stocks with investors. Sorry.
That's all well and good, but could we get your introduction?
Yes, I'm Gary. I'm playing Darcy/Ickard.
The
Gentleman is exalted.
Get the main.
Get the main. I keep missing the L. I don't have it written down here.
Yeah, get to main.
All right, I'll turn it over to Kerr for the recap.
Why do I have to recap?
Because it's been a while.
Alright. When we last left our intrepid heroes,
I said Kerr,
You
not
got-
Domino.
that wasn't Domino. But darling, you haven't seen me in over 2 weeks. I suppose now is the time for me to make my dramatic entrance. Hello everyone, it's been too long. I hope you are all doing fabulously right now. But yes, the introductions, darlings. Well, let's see, where were we in your time?
Jaffa says,
Yes.
no fair. No one said the word.
He said my name, darling. That's good enough to call me. I can show up if I want to. Let's see, darlings. Yes. According to your timeline, well, our dear little band of heroes. You don't mind being called heroes, do you, darlings? Well, anyway, our dear band of heroes had discovered a swirling storm had suddenly opened up upon the island that they were waiting out off of. And when they went to go investigate, they were able to use their ship in order to pierce the swirling, powerful wall of storms and power that separated it from creation. And when they entered into it, darlings, it was something absolutely spectacular. Honestly, I don't know how they did it. I'm still trying to figure that out myself, darlings. But it was a land, a world that seemed... I know this is coming from me, of course, darlings, but a world that was perfect. The Solar Exalted had never been overthrown. They ruled creation with a steady hand. Creation had never gone through the disasters it had gone through, apparently, in the world that we know of. And, well, darlings, Nevis met Nevis. I think, well, that's understandable enough. Oh, that was a sight to see, darlings. That was a sight to see. Believe me. Unfortunately, neither of them took their shirt off, but, well, we can't have everything, darlings. But, continuing on, it appears that our heroes were able to discover a great tree of power is growing within this world, and it is holding it together somehow. And when we left our heroes, they were discussing just what they should do about said tree. Was that good enough introduction, darlings? Did I miss anything?
How the Fae aren't allowed in here.
Oh no, I'm watching. I am very much not there. I am just simply observing.
The audience might want to know that the Fae aren't allowed in this creation.
Yeah, they weren't able to get in. We don't know why, but they weren't able to enter here. I know why they can't, but yeah, no one's really aware why they can't.
No, that all sounds good to me.
Sounds good. And when we last left our heroes, then, you guys were at the base of the tree.
Getting taunted.
Yes. Who was taunting you to Guaco?
The person who set up the different portals to the different areas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the group started getting into a discussion and argument over what exactly they wanted to do here. And some were willing to fight to protect the tree, others were, well, we kind of have to do this.
I'm on the we have to do this train.
And Sark was very much on the let's not kill everyone here in this world, even though, as they learned, this world will keep growing and eventually it will wipe out all of creation if it's not stopped.
But we can still work with the people, the exalts of this area, including the council.
Darling, it's hard, okay? I can't actually see what's going on inside of the world. I can't peek my head in. It's difficult. Be glad you got what you got, darling. Hey, baby. Hey. But yes. This figure looks down at you from the tree. He has gone on a little bit about he's the one who set all of this up, created these swirling storms that will consume creation if they are not stopped, as well as basically this will end very, very badly if nothing is done. However, if something is done, it will likely end in the death or dissolution of each and every person that is within these worlds. He seems very, very smug about that. Or at least he seemed like that when he regaled it to you.
And he specifically didn't give us his name.
No, he did not. But he's not stupid. There are ways to find someone if you know their name.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to remember, he was still there if I recall correctly. I have to go
He
back and get my
stopped right before anybody tried to attack.
That's right. Okay. Yep. I have my notes up. So then, you know, we don't have to be enemies. One of these new worlds will take over creation, wipe out the old one, in with the new. It doesn't mean you have to die with it. I'm willing to offer you a way out if you'd like. If you say, work for me.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I mean, I do like living, but I don't want to really work for anyone. and I kind of like my world, so I think I'll pass.
Only I was a wood aspect. The tree battle on the tree.
It would be glorious. I would not recommend trying to do that, though. Quacko, what about you? You could have a world where you were a dragon blood instead of, a solar. Make mom and dad proud. Not have to hide anything.
The problem is, no matter which world wins, something's going to go wrong.
That's what we're working on. Don't worry. He just kind of walks over and pats the tree. We have something built in for that, eventually. What about you, Nevis? A world of peace just like you want. I mean, this one seems pretty good based on everything, right? It's what you want.
How far away is Nevis from the tree?
15 feet away, maybe.
Perfect. He's stabbing his spear into the tree.
Okay. You have stabbed your spear into the tree.
Do you claim it as your own, or?
Okay, was I wrong on the tree being what we need to destroy to stop all this?
This tree is huge. The trunk
Okay.
is like 40, 50 feet long. Like this tree is huge. You just stabbing your spear into it is just like gonna penetrate a little bit of the wood.
I think you're gonna need to do a little more than chip some bark off there, Nevis.
That's kind of rude, wouldn't you say?
He's not
I
even
mean, I
gonna
know.
respond. He's just gonna start walking around the tree, dragging his spear along with him.
Nevis, can you please give me a perception roll? Oh, hang on. Let me get my thingy thing up. Where's my thingy thing? Come on. Where's my thingy thing? There's my thingy thing. There's my thingy thing. Boop. Thingy thing. Nevis, could you give me an awareness roll, please?
Six.
6. All right, Nevis. You do succeed quite well, in fact. Could I have an athletics roll, please? This is going to be a dodge roll. As Nevis, from above you, as you start dragging the spear around, you hear the sounds of like the notching of an arrow before you hear the flick, and your senses immediately take over to you need to either dodge or protect yourself is what your instincts basically scream at you.
All right.
Duke.
So an evasion first.
Yep, either evade or parry. You may do either.
I have no. Oh, there they are.
If you do parry, it's going to be your close combat.
All right.
Normally, technically, you're supposed to use a set value for this, but I think rolling is a bit more fun.
0. However, I do have portentous warding defense as well as flickering shadow evasion.
Okay. What do they do?
The notes on them that I wrote, for the flickering shadow evasion, it's on step 4, roll attribute plus athletics, add successes to defense. And the portentous warding defense, it's step 2, attribute plus close combat added to defense against attack. And I have enough essence to do both.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose I should stick with the rules instead of doing my own thing. Alright, so you may add, if you scroll down to the very bottom left of your character sheet, Nevis, you should have a score on evasion. What is that number?
3.
Alright. I believe the charms allow you to roll, yes?
The charms are a roll, yes.
So go ahead. Send 1 mote of essence for each, and you may do them both.
Alright, attribute plus athletics and attribute plus close combat. I do also have excellency for close combat.
So it sounds like one of those is actually a dodge charm. One of those is a parry charm. You can only do one or the other. Depends on which one you're doing. Are you going to try to dodge it, or are you going to try to block it with your spear?
Let me see which one would give me the better roll. I will do the defense, the warding defense, the parry one.
Okay.
One.
And you can use your excellency to add half of your dice pool to it.
Why half?
Because it takes the dice pool and then divides it by 2. So you get it, but you just get to add that as successes though, if you want to try to do that.
What
Because
are
it
you,
raises your
what are you talking about?
parry score is your close combat plus your attribute divided by 2. That is how you get your parry score. You can use your excellency to add that many dice to the dice pool and then have it to get a new defense score temporarily for 1 attack.
Okay, then it would be a 7 on my parry by default.
Okay. It only
Rounded
lasts for
down.
It only lasts for that single attack though if you use the excellency. So that's the key here. It's not very essence efficient to do. So let me just roll some dice real quick. Okay. He's not going to burn any charms yet right now. So, Nevis, you are able to rip your spear out of the tree, essence blazing along your spear.
Hold on. He's shooting an arrow, right?
Bit more than that, but yes.
Can I catch it with my fist and keep the spear going in the tree for the cutting?
It's not one arrow, and you are also using your parry. So you're using your weapon.
I mean, I do have my hybrid beast, whatever it was. Hybrid body transformation, which does allow me to use, my claws and such as close, actual close combat.
Okay.
I just think it's cooler that he does it that way, just catching them and still continuing to cut.
Yeah, you have a flurry of about 36 arrows suddenly flying down at you. And you have to basically bring up your hand and swipe it down as the essence coalesces along your claws, and a massive shockwave washes out from you and basically blasts all of the arrows into every direction, scattering them around you as they impale the earth without harming you or anyone else around you. What is your anima banner, by the way? Was it a Marten?
I was
Yes.
gonna say, do you really need to ask?
I just wanted to double check.
Yes, it's a Marten. In a pouncing position.
Yes, your anima banner has blazed into existence, and you are surrounded almost like protectively. The margin is over you, shielding you as well. At least that's kind of what it looks like.
Don't I get something that, as my anima banner gets more full, I get other bonuses?
Yes, you get the passive, active, and iconic abilities. You are currently inactive right now.
Cool. I'll have to look up what that does. But yeah, Nevis is just continuing to cut.
Above you, Nevis, you can see a man standing on air. What looks to be like 2 spinning wheels along each of his heels. Flames blazing along them as he's just kind of standing there. A longbow in his hand. The bow is worked with gold and beautiful rainbow-like metal. And the cord of the bow itself looks to be made out of essence. And he's just kind of looking down at you guys, like imperiously down at you, Nevis. And yeah, everyone else can also see him, by the way, too.
Now, was this the guy we were talking to, or was this...
This is someone
one
different.
Is this the one who wanted to keep the tree originally?
This is someone completely different. You guys have not seen him before.
Okay.
He is wearing little in the way of what looks to be armor. He is more just wearing what looks to be very casual shirt and pants. No formal armor that you can currently see, though. Step away from the tree, or the next one will not miss.
I do believe that you would not have missed me with those ones. I simply deflected them.
I wasn't attempting to harm you.
Unfortunately, this tree needs to go.
And I am its guardian. You will
Murder,
not let it
Guaco,
down.
would you take care of them?
I can try.
Nevis is also going to talk to Craberius. If there's anything that you might be able to offer and help here, that would definitely be appreciated.
I'm not sure what we can really do here, but I'll see what we can try.
Well, I mean, a horde of crabs cutting down the tree. It may take a while, but I believe that they could pull it off. At least to keep it going while we're dealing with these people.
I'll try and see if I can contact the crabs, yes. Alright, so, Guaco, everyone else, is there anything you guys want to try before combat ensures, according to Nevis? He does not seem to be focused on you guys, he seems to be focused specifically on Nevis.
What does the other Nevis think?
He is looking very, very, very torn by this. He does not
Nevis,
want to cut down this tree.
ale.
Nevis, do you think we should grab a few allies from around here before we start trying to do this?
What allies would we gather?
The actual solars of this realm?
Why would they side with us?
Because the other realities will be destroyed. And they wouldn't want to see that.
Their own reality would be destroyed.
There may be a way to stabilize things.
I'm all ears if you have a plan, but I do not intend to wait on the possibility of those in this reality siding with us at all.
Well, with this guy up here in the tree, they definitely see him as the villain.
Not necessarily. And either way, the more we tell about this, the more likely we are to have further enemies that join against us. I do not see any reason why the Solars would side with us. What do you think, Ashford?
Alright, Jesse.
I
Talk soon.
don't know. That's definitely not an easy situation to see what you really should do here. Seems there is no good outcome here. Unless anyone else has any other ideas.
I have no other ideas, so this is the plan I'm going with. And he continues trying to cut it.
As you begin to start moving the blade again, there is a flash of light. There is a sound like... I'm trying to think of the right way I want to put it. Like... You know the sounds of a really heavy wind against a wall near a window? Like what that sounds like?
I think so.
It sounds almost like that, as a rift in space opens up near specifically Guaco, Ashford, and Murder. And a figure steps out, brushing himself off. This is an older fellow, like in his 50s or 60s, looking very annoyed. And he looks back over his shoulder. Come on! Get out here! We finally got the right one! And that is the shout out to our newest player.
Oh, hello.
As another figure steps out of the rift that had formed. And feel free to introduce your character, what he looks like.
Through the rift walks someone you could easily mistake for a commoner, wearing open-toed shoes and rather plain trousers. And he doesn't even seem to be wearing a shirt, but instead a cloth that covers from the shoulder to the chest, along with a tapered cape behind him. He is a 6-foot albino ferret with those bright red eyes to match. He doesn't appear to be carrying any weapons. And a rather gormless, kind of goofy smile about him as he wide-eyedly explores the room he had just entered.
Yes, it is a very large open area, and there is a massive, massive tree, easily 50 to 60 feet tall, and almost as wide.
Oh, wow. This is a crazy place. That tree looks so cool.
The tree itself is... It is obviously not a normal tree. Like, It's difficult to describe. Its bark is almost entirely white, and you can see what look to be almost like crack marks going up its trunk.
It's like a world tree.
Mm-hmm.
The ferret would slowly and casually walk up to the tree. If allowed and not prevented, he would attempt to pat the tree as if a friendly animal, or perhaps to feel the texture of the bark.
Forgive us for our late arrival. This is my apprentice. But I couldn't help but overhear that you were looking for other ideas. And up in the tree, the person who had been taunting you before looks like he had just swallowed a sour lemon, and he is staring at this new figure that showed up. It's like, the fuck are you doing here? Language. We're having a discussion now.
Wow, this is a crazy tree. Oh man, I've never seen anything like this. This is pretty exciting.
Forgive him, he's new. He more or less just formed a little while ago. He's still getting a hang of things at the moment.
My goodness, my goodness. Hello, everyone. Hello. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself. I barely noticed there were people here. My name is Darcy. Hey, everyone. Hello, hello. Darcy would attempt to approach the various figures around and hopefully shake their hands, but he respects people's personal spaces and would not invade it if they were clearly and visibly not into the handshake.
It looks like we have an immaculate monk here.
Oh, I'm no monk. I couldn't. That's very odd. Thank you though for the assumption, but
Technically, from your standpoint, that might be an insult.
oh, well, that's good to know. Thank you for letting me know.
Yeah, you gotta remember that we don't know these things, Toshime.
His
Name
character
dropping
might
is
not know either. Since he's brand new.
Ah.
Yes. Apologies for my apprentice. I thought that he might come along and give you some assistance, considering I thought that was fair to balance out, considering what my other apprentice seems to have gotten up to.
Sorry. I guess I could help out here. What do you guys need? I could I could give out some free iron nails, very solid, sturdy stuff. I'm good. I'm good.
This is
We do
more-
not need a conjurer of cheap tricks.
Well, iron nails are nothing that my iron nails are affordable, but not cheaply made. I assure you.
Darcy, they need you for your other talents and abilities. We've gone over this.
Oh, right. Yes. Sorry. I'm new to being exalted. You know, it's just not. You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay.
He's
Let me
still
just.
learning, as I said. However, he will step up and he will approach you, Nevis, and extend his hand out to you. He is wearing very, very nice looking robes. older fellow, 50s, 60s is what you would probably guess. But he does have this aura of not power, but stability to him.
Nevis will shake the hand and continue on his path. With the cutting the tree.
A moment, please, Nevis, before you continue your mission at the moment. As he kind of looks up in the air as he sees the archer has drawn back another arrow and is aiming at you, Nevis, but he hasn't fired yet.
Oh, me doing this is going to take probably a day, so you've got plenty of time.
Yes, but I would prefer arrows not raining down at me as we attempt to have a conversation. I feel they are somewhat distracting.
Okay, are you on our side, or...
Oh,
I'm here to
I'm
offer...
never quite so comfortable as when I'm at least 6 feet under.
Sky the Varley has purchased 2 tabletop cards packs.
Sky, thank you so much for grabbing those packs and supporting the channel with that. I really appreciate it. Thank you. You were saying?
I am here to offer you assistance to balance the scale, so to speak. He looks up and waves a hand at the figure in the tree. One of my apprentices has decided to cause havoc while I was distracted with Darcy. And I feel this is partially myself to blame that all of this has happened. Thus, I wish to offer you a way to assist you in attempting to fix these issues before they devastate creation. To give you a way to possibly solve these issues, even if they might not necessarily be the exact way that you want to do it.
Well, I'm not in the mood for pretty words right now.
I can
Speak
offer you
plainly.
I can offer you an artifact. One that can store this reality within itself. To keep it from being completely erased and lost. What will happen to it afterwards, I cannot promise anything, as it will basically be held in stasis until it can either be released or recreated somewhere. Perhaps the wild? I hear you have a very large wild, for instance, in your world.
I am uncertain I would like putting... Who knows even how many people there are here into the middle of the wild.
No, you misunderstand. I mean, it would release this creation into the wild. You know how your creation floats on the sea of the wild. This one would basically become another island, so to speak.
Ah.
Such a task would be notoriously difficult, no doubt, but you are one of the Exalted.
I could go for this option.
However, there is a catch. He's going to walk over and tap on the tree. Think of these as posts tying this world into your creation. As long as these posts stand, you will not be able to safely disengage it without destroying everything. In order to do so, you need to find the person that this tree is bound to. In each of these worlds, there is one figure that is tied to the tree. If you can either convince them to release their link to it or kill them, you will be able to safely disengage it with... He waves a hand over to Darcy. Darcy, over here, please.
Oh, yeah. No, okay. Yeah. All right.
And he's going to reach over to you, Darcy, into a little bag that he gave you, and he is going to pull out an orb, a beautiful orb that you can see almost like it's like the night sky itself has been placed inside of it. This orb, pushed against the tree afterwards, will be able to safely remove everything and store it within itself.
Ooh, that's pretty neat.
Yes, Darcy, and you are going to be the one who's going to be taking care of this, as I taught you.
Oh, yes. No, we are certainly capable of that.
And what
do you
is this
think?
going to cost?
Nothing. Again, as I said, this is for me to balance the scales. One apprentice has caused havoc under my nose, and I should have stopped it. Thus, another of my apprentices should assist you in righting the damage and fixing things. I think that balances things out, yes?
I believe this would be acceptable. And will pull his spear out and point it at the kid. Well then, it seems that you are my target instead of the tree.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Are you pointing at the one who was taunting you before?
Yes, the one that was trying to, the one that was behind all this.
Save its family.
Hmm. Whoa, hold on here. I didn't do... Well, okay, I kind of did everything here. But I'm not the one the tree's tied to. That's not me. I'm not part of this world. It's a local here that this tree's tied to, not me.
From what I've heard, it sounds like it is you that it... Everything you were saying says that it's you.
No, I'm just the one who planted them. They don't grow unless they're tied to someone who's specifically from the world. In this case, he's going to flick a finger towards the other Nevis. That would be him, not me.
Oh boy.
It's tied to him?
If you remember, he was the one who was in charge of patrolling and protecting this area.
I see. So you are the one...
This
Well,
is news to me.
Other Nevis, you've heard the proposition of this plan. What say you?
He's going to kind of consider it for a moment. I do not want your world to suffer or to be damaged by ours.
That's good. It sounds like we're all in agreement to use the orb. It's a good thing, too. I wouldn't have to summon the volcano cutter or anything like that. All right.
However, Nevis, there will be... I need assurances. from you. As I believe you would understand that you would want them as well if you were in my position.
Nevis will wave his hand in a go-on gesture.
On my crew, I do have an Eclipse Exalt. I would want him to sanctify an oath that you would, at your earliest time, attempt to restore our world within the wild as soon as possible.
You claim to be the same as I, and yet you would doubt my oath?
He shakes his head and smiles. I do trust you. However, I do have to be absolutely certain. This isn't just myself or my army. This is something that affects my entire world.
And thus, Nevis goes back to trying to saw off the tree.
Very well.
He will nod. And you see his own version of Craberius crawl up onto his shoulder. And he will speak to him for a moment, and he will nod. He is on his way. Up above, you see the archer has put away his bow as he's just kind of watching. Seriously? You're just giving up your world? All this work? For what? You're just gonna trust him that he's gonna bring it back? If I can't trust myself, then, well, I think I have a problem. Wouldn't you agree, Nevis?
I definitely would agree. After all, there is only one that you can truly trust, and that is yourself.
And that is yourself. He's gonna look over at Darcy. You better not lose that orb, you hear me?
Oh, don't worry about it. It's
Oh,
yeah, no, I'll
Darcy
take
is
care of it.
Darcy is 100% losing it.
Oh no, I have a pocket dimension for these things. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's gonna be lost in the pocket dimension.
I mean, it's a small one.
We're never seeing
Murder.
this world again.
Murder, could you give me a sagacity roll, please?
Dumb ways to die.
Murder. Murder. Does whatever a murder does. Does he kill all the bitches? Yes, he does. 'Cause he's a murder.
And Zim, what cast are you?
Full moon.
Changing full moon. Your active is lunar adds your essence and automatic successes for any force or fortitude roll that is not an attack.
Yeah, I'm aware. I brought it up, so I looked it up. I felt it might be relevant.
All right, murder. Yeah. Yeah, this tree is not just alive. As you're fixing it and connecting your essence to it to repair it, murder, you can feel like give me a second, please. Can I have an integrity roll from you, please? Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, murder, you take this like a fucking champion. Like, you don't even blink for this. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Um, you feel as you touch this, as you feel the essence of not just like this tree, you feel the essence of not just a world, but like a swirling galaxy or universe inside of this tree. You feel something inside of it. Murder, could I have another sagacity roll and you get a +2 success bonus on this? 2 automatic successes on this because of how well you rolled on the other 2. Okay, murder. Murder. I am going to send something to you.
Huh? Time for bashing something?
For the record, we do have a reroll available. And I'm assuming that Sky is granting an exploding 10 to murder.
Okay. So that will change slightly what he hears, so give me a moment.
So sagacity 10.
That does change.
And does our local Gasmanian have a pocket dimension to elsewhere?
Here you go, Murder. Yeah, Sky, that was a very good exploding 10 you gave him.
Just on the cusp.
That was a very good exploding 10 that you gave him. Sharing something with him right now.
Duke, 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 Duke,
Duke,
Duke,
Duke,
Duke, Duke,
Duke.
Duke.
Doom. 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 Doom.
Duke.
Duke. Okay.
Round.
Murder will continue to mend the damage to the tree, but he's going to remain silent to the party.
So he was working against Nevis.
He walked over and started healing the tree once this guy came out and basically said the plan.
Okay, could we possibly get some of this stuff, on voice and such? Because I know secrets and all are great, but we are putting on a show. And I would hope that nobody here would metagame and use what they hear for that.
Marten, he said that before I asked for the dice rolls.
Well, for you, Jaffer, please use your cards. I do have other stuff in front of my screen, so I did not see that message.
But, yes, sorry. Okay. And as he's working on trying to heal the tree, which he is, slowly.
Jaffa says, the tree has a growing primordial inside it. Murder is healing the tree and feeding it motes of essence.
Lovely. Good thing we don't know that.
Murder knows it, because he touched it.
Jaffa says, but he is not telling the party, cause he doesn't want the tree to be cut down.
Yeah, Nevis find out about that, he probably would cut it down.
Just as long as it's not the primordial I'm thinking of, we're all okay. Her knows which one I'm thinking of.
Mm-hmm. All right. But yes. Before long, Nevis, you see a man coming up to you. There's a little crab on his shoulder as well. And he is going to nod to you. Would you please extend your hand out?
He will do so.
Nevis will as well. And this man will put his hand on both of yours. And you see a cast mark, an empty circle form on his forehead with another circle inside of it. The mark of the eclipse cast. Do you both swear to follow the oath that you have set before each other to the best of your abilities? To not attempt to break it, undermine it, or escape it in any way?
There is one more thing I wish to put on the other Nevis here. When we do release you, will you swear to make sure that your people do not attempt to attack or otherwise harm, conquer, so on and so forth, the people of my world?
Yes. I will do my very best in order to prevent that.
Then I swear to my end of the oath as well.
You will see his cast mark glow brightly in a flare of essence. Before he will nod, the oath has been sealed.
And thus your fate is sealed.
The other Nevis will step back and nod to you, Nevis. I suppose you should be able to do what you came here to do then. And he will wave a hand to the tree.
Well, I believe this is Darcy's job then.
Oh, all right then. Yep. I'll just take this orb and push it against the big tree.
And as you push it against the tree, Darcy, the orb will begin to glow and spin in place. And you can see, like, the stars are moving as though days are flashing by within the sphere. And the tree begins to flicker before it vanishes. And as it does, the whole world around you begins to fade, all of it being pulled towards the orb and vanishing inside of its dark, starry depths. And before long, in less than a minute, you all are standing back on the island in the middle of town, as though nothing had happened at all.
Wait, the white one, the White Jade Island, or
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
so? Okay, okay.
Wow. That was pretty nifty.
Well, this couldn't have been a dream since you're here.
Oh yeah, I am here.
Unless he is the one that caused the dream in the first place, and is an enemy we should destroy.
Oh, that would be very unfortunate. I mean, I don't know anything about this, but I suppose anything's possible.
Definitely not the response I was expecting.
My mother always says to think the best in people, and that's what I do.
Is your mother from this realm or from another?
I'm not entirely sure. I only remember a lot of my early childhood. Most after that gets a bit fuzzy, to be honest, but they were very good early years.
And who was your master?
Oh, I have no idea.
Respect. You never get it from these youngins anymore.
I have no idea who he was. I actually just started existing, I guess, from a moment ago. It's very, very strange.
You can call me Koyan.
Koyen.
Yes, and you're welcome for pulling you here and not letting you cease to exist.
That is pretty cool, I suppose. Although I'm not sure if not existing would necessarily be bad, because by definition, I couldn't be sad about it.
Yes, he's new. He's still learning everything.
Well, sorry, I was just thinking something. Also, I would prefer they, them, if that's alright with everyone.
Okay.
Oh, this is so exciting. So, um, Well, you know who I am, of course, but I would like to get to know you all, I think. That would be fun.
Well, I am Nevis, King of Conquerors.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Who did you conquer to get the crown?
There have been many places that I have conquered already.
So is it a competition thing? Do you become the king of conquerors once you have the most conquered places, or is there an application process?
He took the title from heaven.
Ah, that makes sense. Heaven is... Well, I don't mind it, but some do.
And I am Guaco Pelps.
Hello.
I am a dragon. My family is of dragon blood descent. But I am a solar. Though it hurts me to say.
All right. Yes. We have some familiarity with that.
Ashford?
Jaffa says,
Murder?
Murder will look up and simply nod before returning to his work on the tree.
The tree's no longer here.
Yeah, the tree's in an orb.
Trees in the Pokeball.
Ashford will pull out a little flask from his jacket and take a sip before sitting down on the ground. Ashford, I am pirate. Takes a swig.
Oh, wow, a pirate. I don't remember being by many oceans or docks where I grew up. We didn't get many pirates or sailors or anything like that. My mother always said she wanted to meet one.
Wow, you must not have been very far into the west.
Yes, if you look out, you are literally on an island, looking out at the ocean.
Oh, wow. That's what the ocean looks like.
It's a whole lot of water.
It's a lot of water.
Geography lesson for you. The north is snow, south is desert, west is the ocean, east is the forest.
Maybe I came from the east then. I remember a lot of pine trees where I was growing up.
Jaffa says, Murder will brush himself off a little before offering a smile. They call me Murder. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, hello, Murder. That's a funny name.
Now,
Or
is
mine?
Murder gonna have his scythe judge him? Them. Okay.
It reminds me of my brother.
Well, Kerr, I'm not sure where to go from here. Aside from, with the awkward introductions over.
Now it's all time for us to go off into the wild.
Well, there are 4 other distortions that you would need to deal with first.
But we only have one Pokeball.
This org can hold all of them. I meant to imply that with what he said.
Okay.
This warp can hold multiple realities. That's what I remember from Koyen.
Yes, there's one in the north, the south, the east, and one on the Blessed Isle itself.
Slaps the orb. This orb can hold so many realities.
It could probably hold all of them. All of the realities. In the palm of our hand.
We
Under
got
our
the
control.
whole world in our hands. We got the whole world.
And we could crush them all in a single instant. So what are you guys up to? I mean,
Conquering the world.
oh,
I think we better check on the Shrike and see if it's ready to be back into commission.
well, whatever you'd like to do, I wouldn't mind tagging along to help if you'll have me. As I said, I own a smithing store that works with iron nails and iron nail accessories. I'm a pretty decent actor. I did a bit of theater when I was younger, I believe. And I have this sword. Volcano
Astrid
cut.
smiles at you and then takes another swig of his drink. Oh, just a quick smile, then the quick swig.
I think it's about time to go see my family, who all says that we're ready to go to the center island.
I am uncertain about that.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. All you are my pets.
I will stab you.
It would be an honor to be someone's pet.
It's better than a wild hunt coming after you guys.
Does sound bad.
Unless people had better ideas on which orb they want to go after next. We could go back to the north.
I personally do not have the capacity for figuring out where we should go next, so out of character here. So
Should we pause then and wait till next week to decide on that, since Sark is also missing?
Okay.
might not be a bad
Yeah.
idea.
I'm also just kind of a little out of it myself because I've had a lot going on in the background and big sleepy.
I've been rehearsing for a production of Grease.
Yes, if you guys aren't up for it right now, like, we can just stop here, because I figured we'd start moving on to the next area, but if you guys aren't up for it, it's perfectly fine if you guys want to stop here for right now, and
Well,
we
I
can get Sark and stuff.
I suppose we do
I-
have a couple of targets that we still need to go after. but they can wait for next week. There is the one Exalted, that the Heartache or whatever, and then of
Yes.
course Mahasuchi.
Yes.
Mahusuchi would be in the east.
I'm not so certain about that. After all, his armies are here in the west.
He has multiple armies.
Fair enough. All right. Well, everyone, I apologize for the relatively short stream today. Still sick and everything, but hopefully next week it'll go much better. Thanks for joining for Ebon Sales Exalted. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I cannot do this without your guys' help and support, whether it is financially or just with your time. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around. But for now, thank you so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu. This is where you all say bye.
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 Bye bye.
Jaffa says, bye.